Welcome to Above Par. I'm your host, Kathy Hartwood. I show you how to take more of your talent to the golf course without practicing harder, taking more lessons, or buying new equipment. I show you how to end the frustration of underperforming so you can start playing to your potential. This is where you are going to learn how to think above par so you can play below par. Let's get to it. Hi, golf friend. Welcome back to Think Above Par. Hope you're having a beautiful week, playing amazing golf, enjoying lots of different people on the golf course, all kinds of people, playing with our friends. How many times do you play with the same group all the time? Like we're that safe group of people that you have that you play golf with, your favorite people. I have favorite people that I like to play golf with. How often do you avoid playing with new people or different personalities? I'm curious if that's one of the things that keeps you maybe from going out there and playing events, is that you have to play with different people and different personalities, right? Or people that maybe intimidate you or better golfers, right? Because I want to talk to you today about making people neutral. And when I say neutral, people in my formula that I have steer are the S. They are situations, they're circumstances, they are facts, right? And anything that is a fact is neutral until we have thoughts about it. And one of the biggest challenges that people have on the golf course universally is dealing with people. Even professional golfers have to deal with people off of, like, in the ropes, in the gallery, and all those people, just besides the people in their group. Right? And when you get paired with three, let's say, strangers that you don't know, you are stuck in a container of this foursome as you move through 18 holes for 4 to 5 hours. That's a lot of time to be with the same people inside a container that you can't escape, right? Unless you leave and leave the golf course, you really can't escape them. You can only get away from them so much, right? Within the confines of a hole. And you can only go so far ahead, or you're going to get hit in the head with a ball, right? You can only stay so far behind, or you're going to have slow play. So you have to stay in this moving container. Especially if you're riding in a cart with somebody, now you're in a smaller container of 2 people too, inside of the 4, right? That you have to deal with them, all different types of personalities and people. And when we don't make them neutral, we are at the effect of the people we get paired with. When your golf game and how you enjoy your experience is going to be determined by the people in your group, right? There's so much uncertainty in that. You feel like you're so much at the effect of golf, but also of your pairings. Because the more that people bug you in general, like even off of the golf course, look at how you do one thing, you do everything. So this is where you'll know if people bug you on the course, is the less tolerant you are for certain personality types and people off of the golf course, the less tolerant, the same is going to happen on the course. They're going to bug you, right? The more you should people, you should all over them. They should do this and they should do that and they shouldn't do that and they shouldn't do this. The more you're going to do it on the golf course, the more you're going to be bothered by them. Right? And then one of the things that is really not helpful is that we blame people for our bad golf or missed shots. That's never the case. They're neutral. They're neither good nor bad. It's your thoughts about them that affected your golf game. And this is, again, me not saying that people aren't doing things that might be inappropriate or annoying. So let me give you an example where this affected me. And I've told this story before. I can't remember if I told it in a podcast or in the membership or just to people. But I got paired with my stepmother. My dad at the time couldn't play. His knees were not supporting him. So I filled in and played with another guy. And it was a person that they knew from up north, at their club up north. And I said, sure, I'll fill in. And so I was bugged so badly by this guy. And he was a nice guy. He just annoyed the heck out of me. And Dawn, my stepmother, and Joe were like, what is wrong with you? You're really good at this. This is what you do for a living. I said, I know, but I have no idea why this guy is bugging me. I need him not to talk. Right? And if he stopped breathing, like, that probably wouldn't bother me either. I'm exaggerating. But he really, really got underneath my skin, and I could not figure it out, and I could not shake it. Now, you're going to have moments like this where it's really challenging. Right? I'm saying the ultimate goal is to make people as neutral as you possibly can. I'm not saying it's seamless or it's super easy. Even for me, that I tried so hard to make him neutral. Now, it took me 3 days to figure out why he bugged the heck out of me the whole round, but I couldn't at the time. I couldn't pivot fast enough on the golf course. So he really did affect my round. He affected my experience. I was complaining so much to Dawn. I'm like, oh my gosh, he needs to stop talking. Why is he bothering me so bad? She goes, I think he's really sweet and supportive, right? I was like, no. So this poor guy, I mean, I wasn't rude to him. Don't get me wrong. I was just like, oh my gosh. And really, I'll tell you what it was. He was over excited and over expressive to me about missed shots or good shots, right? He was off point. He wasn't on, you know, when people say, oh my gosh, what a great shot. And you basically bladed it up there through the bunker and you hit it like 4 feet. And they're like, that was amazing. You're so good. I was like, I bladed it, right? It just doesn't match the shot. There were times I hit it super close, hit a great shot. And he goes, oh, okay. You know, too bad. It was none of it was on point, but it was more of his, if you missed a putt, like a 30-foot putt, something that wasn't even makeable, he would go, oh, geez. Yeah. Right. Like he was disappointed. And that's what it took me a long time to figure out it was every time he made a noise or a sound, he sounded like he was disappointed in my golf. And for some reason, it was bugging the heck out of me because I was playing well. So he was disappointed in good golf. It was a very big, huge disconnect in my brain. Anyway, it's not about me and the dude that I played golf with, but I did learn a big lesson because I could not figure out what was going on. But regardless, there's just some points that I want to share with you. You can't control what people do. You can't control their actions. You can shit all over them, but people are going to, for the rest of the time that you play golf, are going to do some crazy and dumb and inappropriate things on the golf course. It's just going to happen. No matter how many times you try and correct every single person that you run into about how fast they should be playing or where they should be standing or they should be ready to hit when it's their turn, people are not going to do it. Right? We know this in our life off of the course. So we've got to accept that. We got to make that neutral. It sounds like, of course they're doing that. That's what people do. Sometimes people do dumb things. I promise you, sometimes you do dumb things. Sometimes you're not paying attention. Sometimes you do inappropriate things, annoying things on the golf course. But it's okay because it's you. But to somebody else, it might be annoying. There's times when you're not ready to hit and it's your turn. There's times you get in the fast lane on the highway and you go 55 because you're looking at your phone. Right? Meanwhile, you're complaining about every person who goes slow in the fast lane. Sometimes you do that. I have family members who do that. It's so funny. We can look through a lens and say these people shouldn't do it, but we're not noticing the times that we actually do it because you're human. So people do it. We can't control what people do. We can't control what people say. We can't control the words that come out of their mouths, like the dude I was playing with. I cannot control him from saying those things. All I can do is manage my thoughts around it. You can't control if you're standing on the tee box and someone says, oh my gosh, there's water up there. I totally forgot. Okay, you're up. Or you can't control if they say, wow, that putt was much faster than I thought, and you're on the same line as them. And you haven't putted yet. You can't control things that they say about your swing if they say it. You've got to learn to make it neutral. You want to learn to make it neither good nor bad, and you get to think whatever you want about it. And one of the easiest ways to do that, in my opinion, is to surrender to the fact that sometimes people say dumb things. Instead of shooting them, that they shouldn't have said that. The reason they shouldn't have said that is because it bugged you. Just like that guy, he bugged me. That's why you say they shouldn't do it. If they did it, I could manage my mind, but they're not, and now I can't manage my mind. Learn to manage your mind. Learn to make those things neutral. Learn to let it go in one ear and out the other. Because one of the things that I know for sure is it doesn't serve you to complain about them. You're spending all your mental energy complaining about people that you can't control. Doesn't mean you have to like them. But complaining is a negative energy. And if you're supposed to hit as many shots as possible from calm, certain, and confident, then you got to get yourself back up to that place where you can swing freely and think clearly. And from complaining, that's a negative energy. We feel crappy. We're angry. We're irritated when we complain. Right? So you're going from an emotion of irritation, trying to get back to being one of the 3 C's. It doesn't serve you. This up and down all day. It did not serve me when I was playing with that dude. Now, I pivoted quickly, I must say, because I played pretty well. But in between, I had to do a lot of self-coaching. But it didn't feel good to complain. Or it doesn't serve you to wish them different. Like, I just wish this person would just stop talking. I wish this person would play faster. Right? We're arguing with reality. That's what they do. They talk too much and they play slow. They might chew gum and chew ice and play music. Right? We don't want to spend our mental energy. So I want you to set a mission out next time you play golf. I want you to first actually just notice how many people you do avoid and the reasons that you avoid them. And wouldn't it be an amazing skill to have on and off the golf course to be able to expose yourself to as many people as possible so that you can manage your mind? Right? You get paired with some wonky people that you don't like. Set an intention like, this is going to be a great day. I don't really care for this person. I'm not going to go and socialize with them. I'm not going to go and hang out and go on vacation or have extra golf trips or voluntarily play with them. But I'm going to set an intention today to make everything that comes out of their mouth and everything they do neutral. What a great skill I'm going to learn. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to create more mental resilience. I'll tell you, the best place to start is off the golf course. So find those people who bug you, get curious on why they bug you, and then make them neutral. Things they do and the words they say mean nothing until you have a story about them and you get to write the story for your own benefit. All right, my friends, there's your challenge, making people neutral. All right. Have a beautiful week. If you want to reach out to me, go to kathyhartwood.com/join, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.